This is a public service announcement. It was inspired by the murder of Miss Torreya Reed, who was killed on September 6, 2025 by a male companion in an act of intimate partner violence. I had the pleasure of meeting her brother, Nas Reed, NBA star, the night before the NBA draft in 2019, and he was a true gentleman. I want to extend my deepest condolences to Nas Reed and his family, along with the millions of victims of intimate partner violence. This presentation is dedicated to all of you. My name is Robert T. Gardner Jr., also known as Dr. Rob. How we doing? This presentation is specifically designed and created to help you understand what goes into relationships and how to avoid intimate partner violence. When we think about a relationship, you probably cannot wait to be with somebody, right? You know the song, To Be Loved. Oh, what a wonderful feeling it is to be loved. If you are like me, I thought when a boy met a girl, we would fall in love and live happily ever after. Right? Wrong. You think that would be easy to do because when you see pretty girls and these handsome boys, what could go wrong? But what you see that looks good as a boy or girl is not always what you get. Please understand, our looks are what attracts us to one another. What we should know about that boy or girl, man or woman, is not how they look, but how they feel. Because what you cannot see is the key to whether or not you will be happy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is what you really need to know and understand about yourself and that boy or girl, man or woman who wants to be a part of your world. And finally, please know that what I talk about in this presentation is not based on my opinion. Instead, it is based on scientific, evidence-based research. And so here we go. As we all travel through our life experiences as a child and beyond, if we have not been nurtured properly by our parents, or if we have been abused physically, emotionally, sexually, or if you have lost a loved one because of a death, or you were abandoned by a parent, or if you were adopted, or even grew up in a house with domestic violence or alcoholic and or drug addicted parents, these experiences may have an adverse impact on your life and how you behave in relationships. What you should know about these life experiences is that they have a direct effect on how you feel about yourself and how you treat people in your intimate partner relationships. These experiences come with you from childhood into adulthood, and they show up in your relationships real big and can lead to feelings of insecure, lack of trust in others, low self-esteem, anger, loneliness, and bitterness. Now you might ask, what does that have to do with my relationships? And I will say, these issues have everything to do with your relationships. As I said earlier, relationships are not only about how you look, but more so about how you feel. In addition, the real issue is we are not even, or we may not even be aware that this is happening to us while it is happening. And you learn about these things when people give reasons why they want to break up with you or why you don't get along. And so I am here to make you aware of this so you can take steps to not only avoid bad relationships, but also to find ways to have a better relationship with yourself. In addition, these are the characteristics that can lead to dysfunctional, unhealthy, and abusive relationships. That is what you should want to avoid. The bottom line, or the main point of this discussion, is that the best happy, healthy, and non-violent relationships depend on the emotional well-being. In other words, how good a person feels. This is true even if you are LGBTQ. Please know these life experiences affect all of us one way or another. In other words, we all have issues. It does not matter your race, religion, whether you are rich or poor. We are all human beings, and our early life experiences shape the way we feel about ourselves and then how we treat one another in relationships. Essentially, if you feel good about yourself, you will be better able to feel good about someone else. Whereas if you do not feel good about yourself, then you will not be able to feel good about another person in a relationship. Facts. Usually, people who do not feel good about themselves lack trust in others, with feelings of being insecure, and this causes us to be jealous. These types do not communicate about their feelings, and that may be shown in violent ways, like intimate partner violence. On the other hand, if you are resilient and able to bounce back on your own from the life experiences discussed, or you have not experienced these life experiences, that can lead to healthy, happy, and loving relationships. And that is where we want to be, happy in our love with one another. So, what now? First, I hope you understand how your early life experiences can show up in your adult intimate partner relationships and how that affects the way you may be treated or how you may treat another person. Second, to improve your chances of diminishing this behavior within yourself, learn to forgive others who have trespassed against you. Learn to let go of bad experiences with bad people. Learn to forgive yourself for foolish choices you have made. Improve your self-esteem. You can Google the steps to do that. Learn to love yourself. You cannot love another if you do not first love yourself. Third, learn about the childhood experiences of your new boyfriend or girlfriend while he or she is a friend. On a date, ask that person to tell you about themselves when they were little boys and little girls. 4, ask questions about their relationships with their parents. If that angers the person or they refuse to talk about anything you ask, that is a very, very red flag and is a sign that their personal issues have not been resolved and they are not willing to address those issues. That could be bad for you. 5, remember this information to help you discover what you need to know about another and then make the choice to get out of a situation that is filled with signals for you to move on. 6, set the ground rules for the relationship at the beginning. Inform the person, male or female, that you do not tolerate violence at all, and you will end the relationship on sight or ASAP. Let them know you are not comfortable with jealous and insecure people. That is a sign we are not ready for a relationship. Jealousy is not cute. It could be dangerous. And to continue on with the topic of setting the ground rules, let them know you can wear what you want to wear, and you have friends that you have no plans to end those friendships with. Please understand, abusive people do not break up with you until they are finished with you. Relationships are supposed to be good, and love is not supposed to hurt. Also, and finally, you need to learn these things before the first kiss with that person, because once your emotions get activated for that person, then your ability to make good decisions about a bad relationship may get blocked by your feelings and emotions. So think first, love last. Believe your feelings, believe what you see. This may be the key to your safety and the way you improve your chances of finding healthy love with the right person who not only feels good about you, but him or herself too. Peace, beloved.